about the ostrich. The ostrich bird.
According to PBS, ostriches have several natural predators, including cheetahs, lions, leopards, hunting dogs, and spotted hyenas.
Is it the father or the mother sit on the ostrich egg to hatch it?
97.6.
Is it the father of the ostrich? Is it the father of the ostrich bird hatch the eggs? Is it the father of the ostrich bird hatch the eggs?
According to Ostrich Land USA, ostriches co-parent. The female will sit on the eggs during the day, and the males will at night. The female's light coloring helps her blend into the sand better during the day, while the male's darker coloring offers nighttime protection of the nest.
Is it that the father of the ostrich is the one that look after the young ostrich?
According to National Geographic, only males take care of the chicks and incubate the eggs in all rat heights except for ostriches and kiwi, whose females also care for their young, says Patricia.
Good night, everyone that is joining the live with me tonight. Good night, good night, good night. Oh, pleasant, oh, oh, blessed and pleasant it is for us, brethren, to dwell together in unity. Yeah. So, it is a pleasant and a very good thing that we can, by the means of medium, reach each other, speak with each other, touch each other. Not physically, but through the source of medium. How was your day today? It's the weekend. It's the weekend. Oh, yes. We should be having a party. We should be having a party. Because the weekend, you get just short time to rest and to pick up where you left off on Friday. So you have today, for those who don't work on the weekends, for those that took the weekends off, for those that are currently going only tomorrow night, tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon to work. There are some persons you definitely have to take it because it is not in your job description that you don't work on the weekends. Yeah. So you have to ask for it to have a weekend. So we have to give God thanks, regardless of what it is all about. Give Him thanks. Many have mouth but cannot even say thanks. Many have eyes and still they don't see. So we need to give thanks for those that are not disabled, are well able bodied people who can go about, who can help somebody, who can help the disabled. Because don't get me wrong, the disabled are there, right? So there are so many things in the way and so many things for us to give thanks for. For those that have to mourn, mourn. For those that are sick and need to be comforted, there are always persons there to lend a hand, to lend a voice, to reach out to them. And God bless the health services people who, regardless of what and how maybe degrading some person may take your job, you are important in the sight of God. But those that have to keep the peace of the land, you are important as long as you do your job honestly, right? Because even God Himself designated persons to keep the peace of the land. He said, if the watchman seeth the danger and warn not the nation, then the blood will requires to his hand. Okay? So the Lord is our keeper, and because he is, oh, stop playing with me, thing. Because he is our keeper, we can depend on him. Today is in October, the 10th month of the year. If and many persons, boy and girl, was born this time. They are having your birthday. Welcome. Let your birthday be one of a memorable one. Yeah. In everything that you're doing, let it be a memorable day. This day will not come your way again. You will not celebrate a next 6th of October again. You will have to celebrate something with 16, 60, 26, 30, everything else have a double. But today, the single digit, you will not see this one again. Enjoy it. Do not be reckless on these days. It is a day to appreciate. It is a day to look back on. Because guess what? It was somebody who put you on this earth, and you have to appreciate that woman and that man while you have life. So in celebrating your birthday, you could not have a birthday unless someone have give birth to you. And because someone have given birth to you, it is the joy for you to enjoy your birthday and give thanks and praise to the one who gave birth that you can have life and God protects you. So drink responsibly, party responsibly, dance responsibly. No one say you are not to enjoy yourself, but do it responsibly. If you are an older person, do it responsible. Okay? Do not do it as if, you know, you owned something else. No, do it responsibly. Give thanks at all times, because many have walked the road you have walked, and they did not live to see a birthday. Many have driven on the road you have driven, and has not lived to see a birthday. Many have lied in the bed that you have lied in, and still did not see a birthday. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Oh, good, oh, good.
I'm here. I am here.
Hmm?
I am
I'm
here.
okay, I'm okay. There's so much things happening.
Okay.
So
Uh,
how we on the weather?
The weather is good right now. We are having rain. Rain was falling from morning, not much.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. And along with the rain, we are feeling a push of cool coming through.
Well,
Yeah.
that come out from all over. Canada skip already, so.
Yeah,
When I,
Canada is Canada. No worry yourself. Anyhow, what time you going to your bed? Whichever time that is, I will have to call you back. We cannot
I
we
don't know.
cannot we cannot speak up speaking right now because the world will hear you and hear me. So
Eh?
let me call you back even if you sleep and wake up.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay then, alright.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. Just taking it back a little bit and something here. Okay. Yeah. So you have to give thanks to the bearer of you to be here, whether they are alive or they are passed away. But still remember to give God thanks. It is your duty. And that's all He asked us for. Give Him thanks. Give Him thanks. Tonight is a mixed talk tonight. So I'm gonna be touching on little of some of the things. Make aware, some awareness to some things that really happening. There are so many things happening in and around us. Again, did I say welcome to everyone that's been with me? Yes, welcome. If I didn't say it, let me say it again. If I did say it before, let me give a double dose of it. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate you very much. And for those that have subscribed to the channel, I appreciate you. I thank you all so much. Thank you very much for subscribing. Keep share the live, share the channel, and have your friends or have your someone subscribe. With others, we can build. You start with one block. When you're building, you start with one block. If you're doing a block house, if it's a stone wall, you start with the first stone that you laid. You lay the first stone to the corner. You lay the first block to the corner. This tie the block. For those that know about building, have little bit little twebs. Little twebs. Okay. So for those that know about building or even other things, there are other things that it's the first one that puts there that ties the corner and the others can able to put one on top of the other until we build a tower and a tower of strength, a tower that we can encourage each other. We can bear each other burden, each one of our shoulder. We can, as much as we are not there in person, but words reach miles away. Okay, so I respect, I thank, and I appreciate. Thank you very much. And with one going on top of the other, we will be strengthened. We will build. We will build each other. We will encourage each other as we go along the way. Many of the times We just need somebody to listen. Sometimes not to have an input, but just to listen. Just to listen. You may be doing something and you think you have it the right way. Yes, it could be the right way, but there's always a shorter way to get to the same destination. Okay? So, I thank you very much. I appreciate. I thank you. I thank you. Thank you very much. Welcome to those who are coming. Welcome to those who are here. Welcome to those who are intended to come. Please turn on your notification bell. Thank you very much. And you will be notified whenever I have a content to do, something to talk about. Yeah, we will always be notified as we go. So, with that being said, and as I said before, you saw it, mixed talk. So we talk little of this and we comes to that and we see how that one work, and we put we are baking a cake. So we are doing a mixed cake. So we are putting little of this in there, little of that in there, little spice, little that, little the other, until we come to a tasteable and eatable cake. Sometimes some may not agreed, or the taste may not up to par with you, but nevertheless, we will never always please everyone. But even when the taste is not up to par, you may taste something there, you say, oh yes, I could use that. Or you get an idea that you could say, instead of putting rose water, I can put, something else. Yeah. I can put almond. Instead of putting rose water there, I can. So that's what I call the mixed talk. And because the talk is going to mix, we're not going to be on just one thing, but we are looking at other avenues, other things, other things, other things. Thank you very much. Thank you. Mix talk. And I am going to start off with my own kind, ladies, mothers. You may not agree, but as long as your ingredient is not in that pot, don't eat a part of that cake. Okay? As long as you are intolerant, don't touch that cake. Because guess what? Many of the times, we are mixing a drink. And of course, I'm a drink specialist. I love to, I love to mix. Bring out something out of nothing, and you get it. But I do it with a sense of understanding that I don't put this with that. That will not be agreed. Like you don't put lime with milk, because milk don't like lime and lime don't like milk. So the milk is going to make up in face and get upset and go on with all kind of things. While Mr. Lime is going to try to say, get out of my way. What the hell are you doing here? Get out of my way. Mm-hmm. So that is how it goes. So I'm going to start off with the ladies. No, we often, and not us like that. He said, women, and not all women either. Do not get it twisted. They are women more than women. As much as we carry two breasts, We carry our body parts if we are not a eunuch, but you still have something out there to shape to say, yes, this is what. And as much as we are shaped like a woman and not like a male, it's not all women is that woman or woman. It's not all woman or woman that gives birth and can give birth. It's not all woman is a mother and will be a responsible mother. Not all. Not all. And most of the time we get these things sort of twisted. That when we look and say, but no, no, there are different caliber. Sounds funny, ain't it? It's not funny, it's true. Check history. Check history. So although we were made or were born a woman, it's not all women. And do not try to say you are trying to bring that woman in the way I like or it should be. No, they have their different characteristic. The next woman out there will never be me. Will never carry the thinking that I am thinking. Will never operate the way I operated. And most of the time, we look at these things and say, but look at that one over. No discrimination here. Some person said, but the white women do this. That's the white woman. The Chinese do this. That's their culture. That is how they are trained. Oh, the Negro do this. The black woman. That's the black woman. Mm-hmm. And the quicker we understand these things as we travel life journey, we will understand that, look here, you cannot do a makeover. You cannot recreate that person. That person is who that person's is. And you either have to work with them or leave them alone. It's like you're having children and you will have 2 children in your house. You give birth to 2 children and the 2 of them is 2 separate and different people coming out of the same one home. So them come out of the same home, you know? Born through the same birth passage. Born from the same father. From the same mother. Yet, we have 2 different characteristic people. And very often we say, but look how Joanne's did. Why you gonna be? No, you could not be like Joan. You're not Joan. So you have to take on your own image. You have to stay in your own body and operates in your own body. And that's my icebreaker. Why women? Another time I'll speak about the men. But tonight is the people who are called women, like myself. So I am eating first home with myself. Why women abandon their children? Blessed are the womb when you have a child. Break through that passage. You are called blessed. You are blessed. Yeah. But look at the amount of persons that have children. And some women would have done everything under the sun that is possible to be pregnant and bring forth a child in the world. Sorry, I have to do this. I don't like doing this. Anyhow. Many women would have given everything to have a child, yet their home cannot bring forth a child. And some of the time is not because of the Almighty. Sometimes is the fault of they themselves. Why they cannot bring forth a child. Some fight to get it done. You have insemination, you have where you call it mother, and somebody get pregnant for you and you own it as it can't be the same because you do not feel any pain for that child. You did not feel any pain. You did not have any 9 months discomfort. You don't know what it feels like. You don't know what it looks like. So to have a surrogate mother, you will not treat that child as much as you think you're treating that child. You cannot treat that child and love that child as the mother who feel that pinching pain, the wrenching pain. 9 months discomfort, sometimes 7 months. No matter what you do, you won't. But that is, I left that on that heap. Now, there are some mothers who have been blessed. Yes, double portion, 10 children, 6, yeah. And some stand up for their children, regardless of what. While some play a different role. Some mothers are ostrich mothers. And before you get upset of that, do your research. Some mothers are ostrich mothers. They sit on the eggs. The father and the mother, they co-parent in that way. Mother sit on the egg in the day. The father sit on the egg at night. So he helped to keep those eggs warm that they came to a time of hatching. But after the mother, the eggs hatch, what do you think the mother do? The mother don't sit down with them picking it in, no. No. She left the father to look after the young. The father is left to mother and father the young of those ostrich babies. She doing business with them. She don't want. Would you say that is postmortem? No, it is not. That's the nature of that bird. Papa, you better look after him. And she gone. She isn't around with her youngs. Daddy have to do the daddy ring and the mother ring. So some women are like ostrich bird. And before you may feel offended, do your research. Read upon it. The very scripture told you. The very scripture link with the ostrich. A woman has 6 children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children. 6 children. And the opportunity came for her to travel. When the opportunity came through, the 6th child were only 3 months old. Not 3 years, 3 months old. And she left the 6 with relatives and she went to England. Now everybody would have said, okay, you know, she get this breakthrough, leave a young baby out here, plus 5 others. So she's going to be there and from that distance take care of her children. That woman have never done that. She met into a next person and she got married and she married as a virgin. That man in distant land did not know she ever even gave birth before. She has never had any children. Oh, I've never touched. I'm a virgin. And after she got married there, she had 2 more child in the marriage there. And even when she gave birth to those 2, she still disowned the 6 that she had. First time she returned to island of her birth, the 3-year-old was 24 years old. She never corresponded with them. All of the storms that blow and the wind that blow, the rain that fall and everything, she never corresponded with them. She came the second time and she brought the child, the 2 children, the children that was born there. They were not introduced to these men and women, because they are now not children, young children again, that this is their brother and sisters. She did not do it even into their eyes. She would abandon his children and she would not own up to them. The elder one took her to task and said to the young man, the foreign land young man, child, because those are the only two children she had, and said to him, is she your mother? Oh, yes, in his accent. Well, if she is your mother, I am your brother, and that one is your brother, and that one is your sister, and those are your sister, and those are your nephew. He said, no. Mom said she only have two children. Mom said she only have two. Who are the two? I and my other brother is the two. She cut her stage short and she went back to her foreign land. After she get back to her foreign land, the little young man said, Dad, how much children does my mother have? Only two. But I went to the land of her birth and I met some people and they said we are brothers and sisters, and I saw these people. And she sat like an iron pot, would not answer. Now, one or a couple of her children that I know, that way, we're up good. Till this day, that guy cries. She went back to the land, her adopted land, and she has never returned, and she have never made closure with the parent children that these are your brothers and sisters. She has never owned up to them. Why a woman in her intention to abandon her children? You went to the land of opportunity, the land of plenty, the land of gold, and you met on the next person, and this is your opportunity, and you are built in a gigantic person now, and you never said, this is my child. Why? What are you trying to preserve there? What are you trying to preserve? What are you trying to say? It never happened? Women abandoned their children. I have worked into facilities where this young girl, I don't know if that was her first child. Supposedly it was her first child. I'm not quite sure of the story right now. because all eyes are turned other ways. Everybody in her community saw that she was pregnant, and she have and the and they have a dance tonight. And the young lady went to the dance, start feeling pain, went home and gave birth on her own with that child. And it didn't stop there. She put the child, the baby, with a skirt in a carton box and took the child to a certain hospital facility, put it on the back veranda, and went. She took a taxi, came there, did all of that. The taxi man said he didn't know what was in the box because, of course, you know the box cover over. And she put the child there on a outer veranda and left the baby and went back to the dance. After she went to the dance, it was some minutes somewhere there, say like point like within 4 o'clock or whatever, she passed out. And all this time when they rushed her to the hospital, they didn't know about the baby. And when others start saying, but so with the baby, you never then they up to this morning and see they don't when they have baby. Da, 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 da. And that was when it was discovered. Because it was only luck. Because on that compound, a lot of dogs probed the compound. So it was only luck that the dogs did not come and go on the veranda, smelling the blood, and they said whoever workers there, so they heard something crying like cat, like it saying meow meow. And when they went and looked, this was a baby with the umbilical cord, and the afterbird still sits there. They took it up. That night I was working, and tears come to my eyes because I asked what kind of human being this is, that you can just give birth. Baby pain no sweet. There is no sugar in a baby pain. There is no pain at all. There is no sugar into it. It is sometimes feel unbearable. And you could do that and then return to the dance, abandon the child. And I can go on and on because there are numerous of them I saw. One time one land in my own hand. The mother bring the baby and say, I'm just going there so do those so and so. And the next thing I end up with a child that I have to go to the police station. The woman abandoned the baby and gone with one man. From one parish to the next parish. Forget say she have a baby. Because the man sweeter. Why would women to this day, I know a woman that we are very close who still cannot forgive herself, and her own child will not forgive her because she took the trip cross to foreign land same way and leave her child at the time it was 1. And she went away and she abandoned that child. She never have no children. She went away and she have 3, 2 girls, 1 boy, and those were the children she have. She forgot about that, the first one. And at the end of the day, when she's trying to make it up, when she had to come back to live into the country, she wanted the same child, and she refused. Yes, I'll come and do things for you and so, but because guess what? She abandoned her and all her dreams, all her flowers were the other 3. They are the children because they were not born in that country. They were born in foreign land. Why would women do these things? Run down the wealth of the world. So if a woman can have their own children, and abandon to them for reasons nobody else can even think of, why you think a woman feels it any way to look at a child or look at another woman and destroy them? So many of the time you saw children growing up and they say they don't know their parents. It's true. When I was growing up, my neighbor was my neighbor as the next door neighbor, but was a neighbor. When she went away, I don't know at the time how old the baby was, but the baby was sitting up. The baby were not creeping. And she left 6 children and went to a neighboring parish. When the father came home with her husband and came to the house, it was only the children and the little sitting up one sit down, and she was gone. And it was many years before that woman showed, and she went away and she had more children. And those first 6 children, and guess what? Those girls grew up with resentment. Even when years after, when they're big, she were not there to talk them through. Okay, the mother and the girl talk, tell them what to expect. Okay, your parent, and talk to them about. She weren't there. She was somewhere else at other business. Well, sometimes you saw things and people said, then when them pick me, then they had no pick me. Sometimes if you should hear the real story, the true story, we wouldn't have said that. Yeah. Many of the times, why women decided to be a ostrich mother? Why they abandoned their children? They abandoned them and meet upon a man, and him is a rich man, and I don't want him to know. Hello, there are young girls right now, who have the first child, and after the first child they meet upon this person, and this person look promising, and this person wife them up, and the husband don't know the child even went to visit. He doesn't know that is his wife child, young girl. Abandonment, abandonisha, an ostrich mother. Because what? You want to keep what is already lost. You can only be the virgin one time. Your hymen has been broken already. Your passage has been opened already. You have given birth to child or children. So when you go and say to the man, oh, I never have a child yet. No, I have 6 pick me out there, so a ball will know their mother. To hear the voice of a mother. Six, 3, 2. To hear the voice of their mother. To see a woman walking through to say, I am your mother. Ostrich mother. They abandon to their children and leave the male to grow them. The buzzing thing is the Eros circle situation. So many persons speak on it, and so many persons speak on it. But I can say this. Our country, my country of birth, they are careless. Many persons who works into certain ministry and offices put their hands behind them, collect and move on. It is not because sanitary inspectors are not trained, are not schooled, are not in order to do that. You went to the big supermarkets, and if you want to go to the bathroom and you look around in the supermarket, you will never see a sign that say restroom. And if you ask them, what they have is only for the staff. Yet, they went through the parish council to get a building code. You went to the pharmacy and you take small children with you and yourself. There is nothing look like a restroom. None is there. Is there any restroom? No. And these are big buildings put up, business places. And there's no restroom. It seems like on the plan that they built from said, look here, no restroom. They hardly have parking place. And most importantly, even if you don't have the parking place, you're point to go find somewhere to park. But most importantly is restroom. If you went into the bank, there is no restroom. You went into the food establishment, there is no restroom. It's like the building code said, we are not, restroom is not included in your building. And I bring that out to say, the people on the street, if the ones in the big building, if you go to the restaurant to have something to eat, you possibly when you look, you don't see any restroom. No attention being paid to things like those. It is not important. These things are not important. Yet, you will have it to say, oh, if you catch a man pissing against the wall, you are going to be charged for it. How are you going to charge them when you don't have anywhere for them to go? You went into the city and they have bathroom facilities. And when you went over to the bathrooms, it not working. You go to this one, oh, go down to that one. This one, and you will go to 3, 4. When they don't have no water, they can't flush. If these people were doing their job that they are supposed to do, the people on the street would be more monitored, that they could not operate a business on the street without proper facilities. So it's not only on the street. You walk into the supermarket and you want to go to the bathroom and you look around. You have a possible run go at the next place there. So if them please, they says only staff only. Staff only. Our government is slack and careless. People are in offices and in departments getting paid for nothing. Our tax dollar. We need, and I don't deal with politics because I don't like it. Because I don't deal with politics. No. When you look in your country, I used to raise chickens. One side of my coop carries 2,000 chickens. And they gave me the what you call it, like the criteria, what they are, what I am expected to do. A big pit, measure whatever, to catch the water that is coming out of the slaughterhouse. We have to build a place that when you clean out the waste of the coop, it is placed there and it can't place for long. I have to mesh the place, mesh door, everything under this covered. I have to shovel finish the area that I am looking after the chicken, and I can only have who is working in there, myself and maybe 3 more people, because I'm a hands-on person in my business, right? So you out there can't just open and come in. Once the feather has been removed from the chicken is transferred in that side, and that is where we take out the install of the chicken and fix him up and bag him up and nice him up right in there. So, and let me tell you something, sanitary inspector is at that premises without you knowing, without anything. Because guess what? He is coming to see if I am abiding to the rules that is given to me. And yes, I did. Yes, I did. I have water running. My chicken, I have to get a cone thing that I have to give out a bill. And we have to have them string out, a length of it going down, and they put in there that when you put the chicken upside it down and you sever the head, it stays still in there so it not, and the blood is all over the place. And he came and they checked for everything. And I am looking on it. People is on the street. When you look, you don't even see them have water to wash their hands. An inspector pass them go and pass them come. And many times, it's not they don't see. You think they don't see and they don't know? Yes, they see and they know. But you see, greediness, less of upholding what is right, nobody business with the health of the other person. They don't care what's going on in their stomach as long as they're selling and they're collecting the money. So I bring out the big establishment. And what happened? After building code and all this, government no go and go sit in a bathroom no there for people. No sanitary convenience not there for customer will come shop at your place. They don't send people there to see. So if them don't see that, you think they are going to see those on the street? Things like these have to happen. And then when they shame into their shoes and start shake up and down in their boots, you see them get up, so them lock down. Establishment have been reported times and times again. And nobody do anything to it. Sanitary inspectors. And they have been paid. They have been paid. So carelessness is not just now. And that situation that you saw there, it and not just the one time. Yes. I have worked in food establishment. And I am like, hello, this is what you're going to do here? My God. I work in establishment where I don't eat the food there. And the cook will cook the food, don't eat none. It's not because him didn't do it clean. It's not because he haven't done it clean. But paparita, after when they're done, they have to take things and boost up because they will get the seal and the seal and the seal. And they do things. I work in establishment. I personally work in a restaurant. I'm more roaching them more than the amount of utensils that are there. And you talk to management a seat. And one Sunday more than ever, there were a couple of buses of people stop at that restaurant because it was at a nice location. And the name says it all. And I was one of the servers. And I have a table serving with about 5 people seated at that table. And when I serve my food, I get a call to come back at the table. And when I reach back at the table and the gentleman turned, I'm just start eating, is a roach in there. Roach. And I pick up the food and I went back to the serving and I called paparita. The The first thing the man said to me, said, get me the owner. And I went in the kitchen and I said to him, look at this. This was what, sir, they would like to speak to you. Would he come out of the kitchen and go to the people then? He wouldn't. He started quarreling with me like it was me who cook and share the food. And I wasn't the sharer. I wasn't the cooker. And obviously, the roach never cook into the food. It's when it put down and the roach crawl into the food. He wouldn't go. And it's when the man started raising voice and decided to more calling the radio station. That's the time he went there. All you have to do is go and nicely speak to the man. So I have seen things. So we are talking here. Situation, I wouldn't say unfortunate, but the time come. Too long is too blinking long. And government is to be held responsible for these action and condition. Government is to be held responsible for them. Because if they were doing their jobs, they would have known and would have seen that, okay, this location is maybe, yes, a good location for business, but you need this and you need that. You cannot operate until these things are in place. Government must be held responsible. All of the sanitary inspector them who is based in that area should have fired out of them job because they are not doing their job. Taxpayer money paying them and they're comfortably eating and they are not doing what they are supposed to do. They should have lose their jobs. They shouldn't get no pay. Because if you go to all of these establishments, there's no sanitary convenience there. I went into the supermarket and this lady with her little girl, and the little girl want to go, and when you ask them, not even for the little girl, oh, staff only. I was standing right there. I said, listen to me. Stand around the little girl. I said, pull on her clothes and put the pee right here. All the mother was pleading and said, so just let me use it. No stuff on it. I said, lady, let the little girl pull her clothes down and put the pee right there. Because and that's exactly what happened. But you can't. I said, hello. Oh, you mean it can't be done? That's exactly what happened. It is being done. You have hundreds of people, thousands of people shopping at your place and you have no sanitary convenience. People up on the street, you don't see them with running water. You don't see them with running water. You don't see no water where, if anything, we wash and all these things. Right? But when certain things break out, when it break out, you're looking all over the place and say, sanitary inspector shouldn't get paid. Because the first thing to comment, the people them who pass the building them, and they pass those buildings, they have to be there. The architect one, then the next one have to go back to go past, the next one when it reach a certain level to see where, and the next one, and you see that no bathroom facility put on. And yet those buildings are finished and in use. Those buildings are finished and they are using. How ironic these things is. So he's not one to be blamed. You're supposed to blame the head. From the head comes straight down to the bottom. And that's up the blame. Because you've been passing there, going and coming. You stop there, you heat. Only a let me not say the next word. Let me not say the next word. Because you feel so disgusting of the condition that you saw. Person that has not been there or only been a pass-through thing, it's as if currently they look like they not observe some of the things them that is so missing. We are close to Panama, and I have went to Panama. And you could not go into a restaurant and you don't see restrooms. And you're not talking about big country. Right? And you are telling me everybody get away with all kind of things. I look at it and I said, when I was raising chicken, I couldn't time less seeing this the inspector coming through. Sometimes I have to wonder. Why? Because everything is in place, everything that you say, I have a piece of paper, I have my butcher's license, I have everything, I have because I have to get a butcher's license, right? I have my everything there. And you tell me, if it's even one time for the week, he's coming. Only luckily that many times when he comes, I am not there because I was not living where the cub is. Where the chicken were, I weren't living there. So. Right? So, go up, look after my chicken, do what have to be done. When slaughtering time, you get your workers, them, you come in and you blah, do, they, oh. And although he came and he saw that everything was in place, he's still coming. And you pass all of them buildings there when you have no bathroom. No have nowhere, no you have a urinal for the male. And no have no place for the female. And he pass them and he find the cub. They pit dog much feet down. You know, think I was gonna put a house over that they use. Right? Trying that the stench do not disturb neighbors. And we do everything in that possible. People come and get the manure because the coffee people them from where who plant coffee, that's the manure they use. So we couldn't even have enough for them to come by trucks to move it. Currently go put it down and let it break down at their place in a them field. And sanitary inspector left and then find the poor folk and then pass the people on the road. Then left the supermarket them. Then left the stores. You go into another haberdashery store and see if you find no sanitary convenient in there. Go into a restaurant. Maybe one or few. There's none. Yet there are building codes. And then when they sit down and they on TV, on radio, and on all about to do interview, I said, I say one of those inspector, man, woman, boy, and girl, them be thrown out of their office. They are to be thrown out of their office. They are not working. So what the hell are you getting paid for? Most of them went into the slaughterhouse, and when they went there, you know how much have been paid off? There's so much slackness went on in our country. A lot went on there. Yeah, whole heap. So I listen to few people that really talk and so, but they will look down a circle. They need for wider the circle. You understand? Uh, Everyone else when I have no bathroom facility will lock down. All of the building them when I have no bathroom facility, them fi make them lick out wall and make bathroom facility put in there. It needed. It is needed. The few that have it. You go Kingston, like so the tasties and those people, you go in there, yes, there's bathroom facilities. But there are other places that you go that there's no bathroom facilities there. I would like to go to the bathroom. Oh, there's no bathroom, And the building code, it passed. The building passed. And it passed without a bathroom facility. And an animal you go have a come in there. And if an animal come in there, anyway the people catch him, go people same place. So. Okay? So it's from the top to the bottom. And from the bottom up. And from the top to the bottom. And need to throw everyone out. Now that it is made public, they are behave like so well then. Alambaloo. Thank you for being here with me. Maybe I'm talking to myself, but somebody will listen to this live again. Okay? Thank you. Thank you for being here. And I hope while coming you will join me. And for those that have not only listened, I understand that because I have listened to a lot of persons live, yet I don't touch nothing. Sometimes I do. Well, most of the times when I really reach on somebody else live, they have already started. Sometimes the live was done before. Sometimes it have done in the morning and it's the night when I have a time and I took up my phone and going through. I see that, oh, this person was doing live. So I'm say, okay, let me see I hear what they were talking about, eh? And you listen. So I know that person's listen, but has not really participating, have a word to say. But I bless you same way. I thank you. Right? But as I said, mixed talk tonight. Mixed talk. Sometimes too, some people get up to all sort of a hanky-panky in business. Sometimes if you know the things that took place, you would sit with the awe. I don't eat outside. I don't. I don't eat outside. And there are some things I would not go into a restaurant and just order. I would have to have it cooked to order. And I say that because I work in there. I remember I was working at a certain restaurant from my early teens. So it's a long time ago. But I never forget what happened. This was a prominent restaurant into a prominent town. And I was on the night shift. So the frying of the chicken, the making of the burgers, and these things that goes with the night. When I go on, I am coming up sometimes 2 o'clock, sometime after 2, when we come to closure. And I remember one day, one evening, the goods came in, and the operator came and giving me what to take me through the night. And I am not going to say alleged because it's true, because it was me who work and have that to deal with. She gave me the mince for the burger. So each evening at my starting I get amount of things that I should work with. So she gave me the amount of mince. There was some mince into a container. When I opened the container, the meat was gangrene. At that time, I didn't even know say a gangrene is something name. Me call it green, like morass. Good. So I said to her, but this isn't good. This need to be thrown out. She said, no, you're crazy. And she took a bag of fresh mince that she just came in with. And she pulled that bag of mince and put half of that bag of mince. The bag of mince could be about like, it's 5-pound packages then. It was quite a few packages. And she put half of that with the spoiled meat. The spoiled mince. The mince green. So when it's green, you know what the stench is like. Right? And she said, mix it up. You crazy? I can't throw away what I bought. And you're mixing the fresh one with the steel one. How long the steel one was there, I don't know. But I can tell you, was a stinking meat. And there was a family that every night, every given night, they took 8 burgers, sometime up to 10 burgers. And they would call in ahead of time and said, I'm sending at such time. So you start looking after the burger. And the first amount of burger that clap on that grill, you stay half mile away and smell it. It smells like when some rotten flesh burning. I myself couldn't even stomach the smell. And you always working is the order they give me. So I'm going by the orders. And I did that 8 burgers. They came and they picked them up. And by the time they get home, and persons with their burger, what I did was the burger meat. They fix up the rest at their home. So I did the burger meat. They called, the owner called me and said the people that called in and said the burger was not done good. It didn't taste good. So I'm to do a next set for them. I said, okay, no problem. Because it's the same thing you're getting. So I did an next set for them. When they came and picked that up, it was the same thing. It's not cooked, the burger never cooked. The meat wasn't good. And the people them would not discard up that meat. Because what? They can't afford to lose their money. And they make back that money long time. The following evening when I came to work, she, I said, you know it was the rotten meat, the rotten mince, because I show it to you and you say it must mix. You are the one put the fresh one in there. You are the one give me that to use. So that's the burger I make. That is what you give me to work with. From that day, I used to fool around burger. I never eat burger again in many years, that is. Because what I saw was unbearable. You couldn't be giving people, selling people things like this. And you try to use the fresh one to camouflage the rotten one, which didn't work. Hmm? So some things happen in the food establishment. It 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 it, it obnoxious. No good. Don't. But anyhow, these are my stories. These are my talk. And there's nothing that I say tonight that is not so. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you and thank you and thank you. Be cognizant of the fact. Be cognizant of your surrounding. The people who comes and shake your hand. Some will be like the Judas who kiss you and give you away. Be careful. Be careful for nothing. The scripture say that. Be careful for nothing. So be careful of your surrounding. Be careful of the people who comes and go. Be careful and be careful. Have a good night. Be blessed. Be conscious. Be wise. Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. See with many eyes and hear with many ears. Yeah. Be a silent listener and a keen observer. Good night. This is Aquarian tuning out from Positivity Positive channel. We will meet and talk another night. Bye.